Good morning.
Morning. Giving the phone away. Anytime.
Don't say things like that then.
Still...
Just do them.
Okay.
Don't verbalise them. Hi guys.
Good morning. I think morning.
Hey guys.
How are you going?
We've taken a little bit of a ride to, well, we kind of, let's start again.
Oh, did she sat on the back?
All right. Hey guys.
Hello guys.
It's a beautiful Friday morning in Sansai. We're in Chiang Mai and we've just gone not too far away from where we live to a wonderful place that Dave has chosen off the internet called...
I've never been here before, so I don't know if it's going to be beautiful. We'll soon find out.
Called the Fern Paradise.
Yeah.
So we like to, as you know, if you follow our channel, we like to find nice little cafes that, you know, people will really enjoy going to, that are really green. Dave?
Yeah. And around the back of this is something called Brownie or something.
Yeah. Brownie reception and dining. So maybe that's, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm just guessing
Brownie
here.
Steak and Bakery.
Brownie Steak and Bakery. All right, so...
It seems a bit weird to have the steak and bacon.
I know. Yeah. It does.
This is the entry.
So this is the entry, yep.
Yeah, well, I was going for a ride up this road here, which heads up to Doi Second, and I just seen all this, so I thought I'd pull in.
Aha, yes. All right, so
I got as far as looking here, that was it.
apparently the cafe is through here.
There, the cafe. Yeah, there's a
All
cafe.
right. What we'll try to do, Dave, is just when you're talking to be closer.
Okay.
So because the audio comes out really shitty otherwise.
Hopefully it's a Monday in the road. They should be open on a Monday. I never checked that. You just sit there.
It's actually not a Monday.
Oh, it's a Friday, Jesus. Challenge. There's just a more koi.
Oh, more koi. It just seems, they seem to call us, don't they? The beautiful koi. We can get our coffee and just sit here amongst all the koi.
Green, though. I like
It is, it's beautiful.
Remember we used to have them back in Australia?
We did.
Where then?
In the first house that we had together, we had a fernery. So we had a whole lot of the bird's nest ferns. We had tree ferns.
Yeah.
We had a couple of
Cycads.
Yeah, we had cycads.
Little plants.
They weren't in our fernery though. They were in they were in the front yard. Yeah. And they had little babies, but hey, don't even try to take the little babies away from the big ones. Even though the fronds, even though the fronds and the foliage are really soft and easy to manage on the little ones, it's not on the big ones.
What's this on?
The cycad, the pokey one.
And if you got, someone said there's a male and female, and that's how you get more cycads.
I don't know. We just had two, and we managed to procreate somehow. Yeah. So it was probably down to the birds and their pollination. Oh, sorry, bees. The bees and their pollination. What am I saying? Honestly.
Well, I like how they just stick it like this.
Oh.
Yeah, it will grow.
Oh. So say that again.
They've got fishing wire on, but they put it on here, and that'll actually go around and wrap onto the branch.
That's pretty cool, hey? And then life continues to live. It's like on that log, on this log over here.
Yeah, so they're actually growing on it now.
Yeah, they've been grafted on.
Yeah.
And they're growing.
I think these are homestays. Yeah, you can stay in them. It's got a private zone over there. Only because I've seen the private zone. It's fine. Okay. We can cut through and have a look at Brownie afterwards.
All right, so do you want to grab a coffee or a drink or something? And just sit here nice and quietly with the koi? Sawadee ka. All right, so very limited, but
well, it's just coffees.
Yeah, what would you like?
I was going to get a cappuccino ron.
Cappuccino ร้อนนะครับ no sugar นะครับ
No.
And cold cappuccino for me.
โอเคครับ no sugar เซม
A little bit, นิดหน่อย
โอเคครับ
Thank you.
เว้นนิดนะครับ
Thank you. A little chat though. Hold on, let me just open you up. So This is exactly 4 weeks. 4 weeks? 5 weeks. Yeah, this is exactly 5 weeks after my surgery, my eye surgery. If you follow our channel, you'll know that I had eye surgery. My eye feels absolutely wonderful. Tonight is my visit to the ophthalmologist after I've been using all of the drops over the last 5 week period. And I don't anticipate anything going awry. Everything's been fantastic. But one thing that you don't notice is with the diminishment of your vision, you don't realize how much your confidence in everything diminishes. Your confidence to see things properly. I realized and I noticed that I was making jokes and making fun of using comedy as a crutch for little mistakes, little mistakes that I made, walking or stepping or whatever the case may have been. So you really don't notice how much your confidence diminishes with the diminishment of eyesight. David?
Oh, you're just talking away and I'm not here.
I think everybody needs a Dave in their lives for many reasons. But the first reason, to make you laugh. The second reason, to drive you freaking batty.
Judy's my snoo. We'll work that out later.
We will not go into that.
Snoo.
We have been in Thailand now for 2 years. So we landed March the 4th, and by the time this goes up, it'll be slightly past that. So yeah, 2 years has just gone by in a flash.
Doesn't even feel like 2 years.
No, but it's absolutely amazing how much adjustments, bad English. It's amazing how many adjustments that we've made throughout our stay. When we first went to a store like Macro and I saw everything out in the open in the meat section, I was like, ugh, nah, not a chance, not a freaking chance on God's green earth, no. Roll forward a year or so, we started going there super early to get our chicken and everything else, because they're actually they're filling up all of their trays. They've got the ice and everything. They're filling up their trays. Everything's got a thermometer on it. So you know.
The freezer part. The thing is actually a freezer itself.
Yeah.
Underneath. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the fridge area and they've got the freezer area. Yes, correct. So I'm really happy. Or we're really happy to go there super early and get all our proteins, our chicken, our pork, our little sausages that we have in our tom yum soup.
We went to a local one, which I think you've done a video already, where they've got the little things spinning around to stop flies, but they are on ice. And
you've seen that one in the previous
Judy
vlog.
Would normally never do that, but the cuts of meat were beautiful, so that was it.
The cuts of meat were beautiful, and you know, the fact that you can tell visually whether something is skew or not. That's the difference between actually buying something and not buying something. And the fact that the lady was using, she was using refrigerated bases. Sometimes you go into some markets and nothing is refrigerated. It's just a hunk of meat that they're chopping up, and that I won't buy at. So I don't know. I don't take it away from you guys that do. I think great, your tummy has become accustomed to it, but you know, I still think we have pussy tummies of the Western variety.
It's got better though. I'm not as bad as it used to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My body doesn't want it, it disappears really quick.
Same here. So, you know, the whole idea of going into Macro and getting you know, popping on a plastic glove, getting a plastic bag and choosing chicken wings, chicken thighs, chicken breast, and all of that kind of thing. That's okay. That bodes well with me now. Never
We've got a
used
cold
to.
bag to take it home, because most of the times we're on the bike, so it's quicker because the traffic's still busy because it's the start of the working day.
So then obviously we take that home and we put them into separate bags, like, you know, 2 thighs to a bag, Ziploc, blah blah blahs, and the rest of it. But yeah, it has taken a little while to make some adjustments. The roads here, we've made multiple adjustments to get used to the way that people drive and ride here.
I'm not
I
commenting.
actually don't think I'll ever get comfortable or confident with the roads here.
It's not the roads, it's the people on the roads.
It's the people on the roads. The roads are beautiful.
There's some really good roads
So
here.
yes,
Awesome roads for riding.
100% Thailand. You have done the right thing in having beautiful asphalt for people to drive and ride on. You've done an absolutely fantastic job. It's just the idiots on the road. I'm sorry if you don't agree with me or if this comment kind of upsets anybody, but it's my opinion. This is my channel, and I'll say what I want.
Yeah, try to keep your road rage to a minimum, but yeah, sometimes I lose the shit.
Honestly, people are just
It's
so
just some of the things, like just then.
switched off.
The car pulled out, went across the 2 lanes, waiting for the other cars to go, so all the bikes in front, everyone's hit the brakes really hard. I'm thinking, can't you just wait instead of stopping? But yeah, lucky you didn't get hit.
I think that fishy thought I was going to throw something
That's
in.
food there.
Ah,
This way must feed them.
yeah, okay. That kind of makes sense then.
We've also, in the 2 years here, you know, there's a struggle to work out how the banking system worked. Got that work. We even got it. We did our own bank by ourselves, which is hello.
Oh, that smells nice.
Should do,
I've got
but
a cold one coming my way. I just didn't feel like a hot coffee. I'm kind of sweating a little bit. You guys can't see that, and I'm really, really pleased that the GoPro doesn't pick up sweat.
It's only about 34, 35, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but we have become slightly more accustomed to the heat here. Our bodies have become slightly more acclimatized. So
Just that much.
So to those people that say it only takes about 6 months for your body to acclimatise to the weather, I'm sorry, that's a big fat lie.
Yeah.
It takes you years to acclimatise to a tropical situation where weather is concerned when you're used to seasonal weather.
But it's not just like you can be 35 if it's dry heat, it's fine. You can be 45 dry heat. It's just when it gets humid, I turn into a swimming pool.
Me too. So, what have we learned in the time that we've been here?
How to count?
We've learned how to count in time. We have.
Every time we go to the veggie shop, she tests us.
Yes, we've definitely learned that. We've learned some Thai words. We've learned some Thai phrases. Not enough to hold a conversation with anybody, but
it's easy for some and others. I can't. I've got a lot of words, but not ones I can put in huge sentences.
This is the thing, though. Like I've said to people on many different occasions, there are some people that have a very active linguistic part of their brain, and others just don't. Some people can pick up languages very, very quickly. Other people, it takes them a long time. So I kind of feel as though I kind of feel as though I'm one of those people that it takes a really long time to grasp onto, remember, and master. I was born in Australia. I'm English. I will always be English. I will speak English to the day I die. I will never be able to think in any other way.
We've got used to how to do all the licensing, which was confusing. You've got to take probably like UK, you've got to take your car over the pits every year. So I've worked out where I go and do that. There's just little things after you walk into a place and it's all in Thai. Everyone's speaking Thai, and you've got something and you work it out. Sometimes I do the Google on my phone, then try and say it, then they look at me and then they speak in English. Because they don't know. I've broken English, but at least they do better than what I do with me Thai.
You do notice, though, closer into town, a lot of the people and places and businesses will speak English anyway. I'm not sure. Oh, Morta, thank you. Thank you so much. Very nice. See, this is another thing that we have learned here in Thailand. You know, when comparing, let's say, a cafe, for instance, to a cafe in Australia, whatever you order at a cafe in Australia, you will get exactly that. Here, you will order a couple of coffees, and they may bring out a couple of small cups of tea. They might bring out a little biscuit each. They might bring out iced water like they have done here. They've got some beautiful iced water for us to drink. Nam with nampan. Yes. Water with ice. Namcan. Oh, whatever. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. I pick up some words, drop others. I did know what that was, but I said it incorrectly. So, you know, it's not going to kill me. Things like just the things that I'm still not comfortable with. We've been here 2 years and still things I'm still not comfortable with is like last week, Dave had an issue with his lungs. And I don't drive. I've never driven here in Thailand. So I would have to have either called for an ambulance or driven myself.
And we're in a gated community,
which
so
I
she
haven't
would have to
done.
go and get the gate open, keep it open so the ambulance would come in.
And if I was to drive, which I probably would have done had it been more severe. I mean, Dave wasn't able to breathe. He had an asthma attack. He's had bronchial
Asthma with a side dish of pneumonia.
No, I mean all your life.
Oh, bronchial, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
some
born with
kind
black
of
spots on my lungs.
bronchial
as a kid.
issue his entire life, but he's
Yeah.
never actually had asthma. So he's had those breathers and all that kind of thing. But when it came to as bad as it got last
Oh,
week,
yeah.
you know, he did end up going to the doctors and is using a nebulizer and all the rest of it. But
I'm a steroid freak at the moment.
yeah,
The amount of steroids they're giving me.
Arnie Schwarzenegger,
No, not those ones.
take me to the chopper.
I've got 1, 2, about 4 every morning, every night. I start to buzz. But it's either that or black spots and passing out like I nearly did.
Yeah, so that side of it, I don't feel 100% confident with, because I'm not, you know, ordinarily at home, back in Perth, I would pick up the phone, dial an ambulance, that's it. Or throw Dave into my car and drive directly to the hospital. I would know exactly how to do that. Here, and everyone understands every single word that I say. Here it's different. You know, I take my hat off to those people that have learnt Thai fluently and they're able. I believe that they have a much better experience living here in Thailand than we will or have so far. And then you've got those people that are just completely unwilling to learn the language.
I
And
know
they're just,
people have been here 15 years and they still don't have an ounce of Thai.
yeah, and they're just walking through life completely blasé. You know, there might be announcements like in our village. There's a speaker, and every now and again there's this upcoming.
Village chief will put something across the speakers, yeah.
Yeah, there's this upcoming election at the moment, and we don't understand a damn thing that they're saying over that speaker. We know they're saying something. And back a few months ago, when the floods were happening, and they were advising everybody of where to go to get sandbags and everything, we didn't know. We didn't understand a damn word. So that part of it is, it's kind of like having your arms hacked off and still trying to catch a ball. Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I better not.
I can't catch a ball
She's got
with two active arms. That's what he was going to say. He's such a
Oh, that's funny.
prat. So, yeah, would we advise it to? Would we advise what we've done to other people? It all depends. It all depends on what you intend to do, because if you intend on making a particular place your base and travelling around, that's fine. If you've got a ridiculous sum of money to do that with, that's also good. But you know, you then have the people that don't have a ridiculous sum of money and do intend on returning to their home country and living the rest of their lives. So, yeah. You know, when we first when we first made the decision to move to Thailand, it was going to be a forever thing. And we have since changed our minds and we want to return home at some point. But we know for certain that we won't be staying forever.
One thing we noticed when we first got here, at the start we got the condo, we bought one. The rates in the condos were 9 something baht a unit, where they're only just over 4.3 or something, the government rates. So I had to go and work out at the PEA how to get our meter changed over to a government one. That took me quite a while, and it's not like you're gonna.
Hey babies.
I ended up lucky. I got to talk to a chap that loved rugby, and he helped me out tenfold as soon as he heard I was from Australia. And when they said they're going to come and do the meter, they turned up 2 days before. I just jags in, or we would never probably got our meter. But that was one thing you watch out for is your power prices. The water's that's cheap as anything. But we're paying 4.3 and the condo was 9, so that's why we got that change. So we just got our power bill for the house at the moment. And that's cheap.
And on that, when Dave was saying that the water bill is cheap as chips, I do know some people who are being charged twice or 3 times the amount that their water bill should be.
Because what they're doing is paying for the people that own the place next door.
Well, what they're doing is just paying for something that you haven't used.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a friend that goes away on rides a lot, and
heaps.
when he returns, he's got bills. He's got water bills to pay, and
it's not on a meter like ours on a meter. His is just you pay this.
Yeah, so it's not his.
So even if he uses
not even
1 litre, he still has
anything.
to pay the full whatever she asks for. Yeah.
Like, I mean, our water bill is less than 100 baht. So we're kind of looking anywhere between 85 and 90
And this
baht.
is a month and it's cheap.
A
And that's
month.
they water in the plants, we're having 2 showers a day or 1.
That's like
Cleaning
$4.
cars.
$4?
Yeah,
Thereabouts.
4 or 5 bucks, yeah. It's nothing.
And with the power, we've been using our aircon in the last week or so. So we've just got our power bill for the month, and it's like 970 baht.
That's
So
$40,
I mean, you know,
35.
I expected it to be a little bit higher because, you know, we have been using the aircon.
yeah.
But mind you, this is the brand new aircon that
We re-signed our lease.
we had
yeah,
installed, renewed.
renewed our lease, and with that we asked if we can get the aircon in the main bedroom changed, because it's sort of, when it cuts in, it's like a bomb going off. Condenser was stuffed.
It was. It's gone now.
Yeah. And he said, not a problem. He said, he's away, he's down in Bangkok. So he just asked us, do you want to go and sort one out? So off we went to Home Pro. We walked around. I picked out a dual inverter. Not the one
we've
they
said all
want.
this before,
Have we?
but-
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and not a problem. I forget what was said.
Yeah, so the air conditioning unit that we've got in our bedroom is much larger than
And more efficient.
it's much larger than the room that it's going to be cooling.
Not in the summertime, because it stipulates if you've got aircon, if you've got insulation, double walls. Most Thai houses are single wall and no insulation, so the heat can get in, so you get the next size up, so it doesn't have to work as hard to keep it cool.
That's one thing that I don't think I'd ever get used to here, is no insulation, because you're outside
it.
and it's you know, a nice temperature. You go inside the house and you bake in the extreme heat of the year. So in April and May, when it's the hottest, that's when you kind of suffer a little bit when you go into the house and you're like,
Oh, we've got a few
okay,
fans we put on.
put the fans on, you know, as you enter the house, and put the aircon on a little bit later.
Like I said, one thing I think, okay, we did a condo to start with to work out where we're going, finding out that condos are not for everybody, but you'll probably start off with a condo, and then unless you go straight to a house, well, get somewhere 6 months to stay and pick an area. A little bit out of town, like we always thought we had to be in town. I'm enjoying being out of town. It's not very far to come on a motorbike. We always buzz off to the hills.
Town there's too much going on. It's way too busy.
Too many
us.
tourists.
No, it's far too busy for us. And Dave's right. There are too many tourists. There's always people that treat every road like a walking street, and they're not. And we've said this before, I know, in previous vlogs, but it blows my mind every single time we see it. It's like, you know, someone will be on a bike and they'll be just na.
Well, the other day there was
3-4 lanes of traffic. Don't you worry about it. I'm on holidays.
There's a
Nothing
whole
can kill
family
me.
on a bike the other day, Westerners.
Oh my God.
The mum, dad, and the 2 kids are all jammed on a little one Honda Wave. I'm thinking, okay, they've got helmets on, but they've gone full tyre there.
Oh, that's nuts. Yeah, but you know, most of what we're saying in our vlogs, obviously they're our opinions and they're our experience, and we will be writing, well, not we, I will be writing an ebook on our experience living in Thailand as Aussie expats. So yeah, keep your eye out for that, because I've only just started it, but I can get a lot done in a small amount of time when my mind gets going.
The only issues I've really had is like when the power's gone off for the water, trying to get hold of somebody to tell me how long before it comes on. It's always 6 p.m. But I found there's an English button you can press and they just give you the basic answer, but the water, we've actually had to ask the landlord and he's been able to communicate back to us. But we've got a water tank, so it doesn't matter.
We don't
anyway.
have any issues with our water anymore. Ever since we've got the water tank, we don't have any issues with water. But when we first moved in, it was getting switched off.
Repairs to
I don't know,
system
3 or
lines.
4 times a week. And that was just ridiculous because you're not prepared for it. And even though the homeowner may be made aware of it, the homeowner may not be at home to receive that notification because like we said, our landlord works in Bangkok, so he's not home to receive his notifications if they come by mail. And even if he got the notification by phone, if he's in the middle of his work day, he's not going to look at his phone, and we don't expect him to.
You don't get to have a shower, and if you flush the toilet, you don't get to use the toilet again. So then you've got to go and buy water. Like the poor people next door, they don't have a tank, and they were coming back with buckets.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got a fantastic landlord. We're in a lovely, quiet area. It's beautiful and green, and we just haven't had any issues. We're so glad. We're so glad because we know that
it's more relaxing.
We know a lot of people that have had issues with where they've stayed. One thing I have noticed here that is a lot different. Not mind you, Dave and I haven't rented a house in Australia for a really, really, really long time. When we first got together, we were renting a house, and that was 30 years ago.
That's when horse and carts were around.
So I don't really know what the rental bits and pieces are, but I'm pretty damn sure that if something breaks down, the tenant does not need to fix that. Whereas here, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's something like a light bulb, things like that, obviously you're going to go ahead and replace them. But if it's a big ticket item, you'd be wanting to not have to put your hand in your pocket and to deal with that yourself. Whereas here you kind of do, depending on how large
like the hot water system. But he actually sent a technician out, and it was a diode, and he fixed that. But I don't know what will happen next because I told him I'd never used it because we're coming in the hot season. The first time I went to use it, there was no hot water.
But that's okay because we're coming back into the hot season now,
back
and
to
we
not
won't,
using it again.
won't need it for the next 8 months anyway.
Yeah.
One place that we definitely can refer if you're looking for a used car or a second-hand car is AK Cars.
But it's a couple of places. The one we used is out past Sansai Way. So
Are there more than one?
Yeah, but I think like franchising places.
Oh.
But this guy's, I think there was 2 of them. This one's on the 118, and he's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, I didn't realise
They did everything for us you could actually think of.
But yeah, if you want to know, if anybody is actually thinking, well, we have a plan and we will be going there and we will be needing a car. Where do I go?
And they were cheaper than the ones we got told to go to, which I shouldn't mention which one it is.
No, do not mention.
They were double the price, and the cars were not as good quality.
We don't do that. We don't name and shame.
No.
But yeah, AK Car, definitely. If you want to know the exact location, which I kind of don't because I just thought that was the one location, I'll get that off Dave. Don't worry about looking it up now, please. I'll get Dave to tell me later when I'm editing the video.
And they had every type from small cars up to SUVs.
Yeah.
And they were bloody immaculate.
And there were heaps of them. And with our car, if you've been following our vlogs, you'll see when we did buy our car how helpful they were toward us, and even went ahead and fixed some things that we noticed, but didn't really think it
They
was
fixed more
worth
than what we wanted, yeah.
bringing up, because it being a 10-year-old car, you really don't want to say, oh look, you know, there's a little bit of a rough patch on the driver's seat. Perhaps you might want to
They gave us a
fix
year's
that.
warranty.
So you know, we didn't even bring that up.
Yeah, a year's warranty and a year's roadside assistance. You don't really. I've never seen that. You don't get anything like that in Australia.
No, it's normally
second-hand
3
car.
months, I think.
What?
It's normally 3 months, isn't it?
3 months and a second. They gave a year and breakdown. Anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, our previous cars were brand new, so
Any fault
we
I
didn't
had,
have to worry about that.
I just called him up and bring it back straight away and go as another car. There's only two little things, but that was nothing. For a car that's 10 years old. Fine now.
We've also learned that don't be in too much of a rush. If you want something done, be prepared to wait. Not everything is going to be done in your timeline. You need to kind of learn a little bit of patience, and even if it feels as though things are taking way too long, that is what they refer to as Thai time. Yeah.
We've been pretty lucky with where it's coming around. They give you a time somewhere between 9 and 3.
Oh, like Dave's glasses, the little pads that sit against
one broke.
his nose, one of them broke, so he took it back to, not going to mention the optometry place.
They said 1 to 2 weeks.
And a month later,
I rang them up. Oh, not yet, shortly.
a month later, Dave's still using his old glasses,
Stuff.
and they were really bad. And he's like, come on, this is. It's a bit of a joke now.
At least tell me the reason. Yeah, okay, they've had a backlog. It's had to go to Germany. I don't know.
It went to Bangkok. They sent
Bangkok, sorry.
sent it to Bangkok to be fixed.
Yeah, by camel.
By camel, yeah. Yeah, somebody went for a ride and took Dave's glasses and rode from Chiang Mai to Bangkok. It's doable.
Yeah. I say, it's word of mouth. I got most of my information what to do if I couldn't find myself from bike groups. That's what I've been going, not mainly expats. I joined one called the Geeks Club. They were pretty knowledgeable. But the rest of us through people I know from riding.
One thing to avoid: don't join Facebook groups called Chiang Mai Expats or Chiang Mai Living or Chiang Mai whatever it might be, because you just get a whole lot of angry people on there just wanting to stuff you around. So it's probably best to, like Dave said, you know, most of the information that we've got is through this bike group that we're with. You know, a lot of the people are legit lovely people, and they're willing to share their knowledge with you. If they've been through something, they're willing to share that with you. Whereas you've got some people that are living here that I would state as grumpy old men. They're not happy in their own country, they're not happy here, so they just want to shit on your parade.
Every time someone puts a comment in, they bag it.
So you'll get that in those groups.
There's lots of different groups. There's like the young groups, there's different ages.
Yeah, but
they're more the digital nomads. I think.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be joining them if I were you. Now, if there are any questions that you might have about our experience here, you might be considering moving to Thailand, and you might have a stack of questions. Feel free to ask. Put it in the comments, and we'll answer every single one of them. So thanks for being with us today, guys, in these lovely surroundings. I'll just give you a quick 360.
It is nice though.
Quick 360, and back to us again.
Oh, dizzy. There's probably a lot of things we should say, but I can't think off the top of my head. You sort of got accustomed to what's happening.
Yeah. Things become commonplace to us, whereas, you know, if you're here just for the first couple of weeks, you're like, oh my god, it's mind-blowing, everything's completely mind-blowing. But yeah, 2 years in, everything feels very commonplace, aside from almost being killed on that road
On a daily.
50 times a day. And I kid you not.
This morning when that lady comes between the cars sideways.
I know.
We're going down the road. We're sitting on the left-hand side where most bikes go, and the lady's come across 4 lanes, and she's coming out on a bike between 2 cars. I don't know how I missed her, eh? I did miss her, but yeah, it was bloody close. I'm watching everywhere, but you can't see everything. I'm looking at the left, I look back to the right and bango. So that is one thing you've got to be wary of. A lot of people probably don't like to ride and drive, they just take grabs.
We were on the left, and you've got the cars. All the cars are basically stationary, and then you've got bikes that are weaving in amongst those cars. As you're on the bike and you're going along,
not going fast though.
Going quite slow, with these cars all stationary, and then you'll get this person trying to go between the cars right where we were. So that's the exact situation that Dave was talking about, and it was just split second, and you have to just be so on guard with what you're doing, and you've got to have eyes everywhere. I mean, seriously, you do. So again, thank you so much for being with us during this vlog. 2 years down, wow. Okay, that 2 years went so damn fast. Don't blink, because another 2 will go by.
The one thing I was going to say, make sure you get full insurance on your bike and car. Can I say we're using?
Yeah.
Ruja. It's just all online. It was so simple. I just had to do a little video. The guy talked to me, videoed around the car. The bike was just pictures, bang, bang, bang. And they were probably the cheapest I could get. And I've had a couple of people who've had accidents.
We weren't looking for the cheapest that we could get either.
Originally I didn't.
We were just, we were with a different mob with the bike. This is before we got the car. But then we spoke to a few people that were saying, oh, you know, we're with Rujai. So that's ROOJAI, just in case. Because, you know, a lot of the times if I'm watching something or listening to something, I'm thinking, what did they say? What? So we'll put that information down the bottom there as well.
Hopefully I'll never want to use them. I'll never have to use them, but I've heard people...
Never make claims.
Yeah, you basically pull your piece of paper out as soon as you have an accident and call them up, and they will send somebody from somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that I know that we haven't remembered everything, like Dave said. There's so much that, you know, we've done and seen and so forth. But if there are any questions, I know I've already said it, but do leave it in the comments. We will answer every single one of them. We are that YouTube channel that does respond to everybody. It may take a little bit of time, but we do get back to everybody.
Yeah, there probably is a lot of things I just can't.
And don't forget, we have our Facebook page bearing the same name, Judy and Dave in Thailand. So if you want to pop in a quick question or two, you're welcome to do that. We will respond to that a whole lot quicker than we will to the YouTube messages, because we get the notifications on our email, and let's face it, not everybody is looking at the email all the time.
But just like the visa agents, a lot of people want to do it themselves. We've got a really nice visa agent.
Yes.
Very helpful.
Absolutely. She is wonderful.
If
anyone wants her details, we're happy to share them with you. She's fantastic. I think we've spoken about Sammy before.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, let's say goodbye, Dave.
Goodbye, Dave.
Say goodbye, Dave. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.